So this is the new toy. This is the Canon EOS 60D, and it's quite an upgrade from my Rebel T1i. So the first thing you're going to notice off the bat is the articulating screen of awesomeness. So why would you say would you ever need something like this? Why would you spend the difference? Why wouldn't you just spend the money on a T7D? Or spend less money on a T2i? Well, the articulating screen is quite awesome, actually. If you're into any kind of video, it's instantaneously so much better for trying to walk around and trying to take pictures and get different angles. It's going to make life much easier. Now, the thing that I'm really interested in is astrophotography. So when the telescope's got the camera bent over backwards like this, I can articulate the screen and see if make sure my focus is still on. Oh man, that's amazing. Now the other thing that's really cool is I can turn this out, can lock the screen in, and no ambient light will come off my screen no matter what button I hit, not pissing off my neighbors. So that's going to be really cool at the star parties. Now, in terms of other things that are really awesome about this camera, first next thing that really stood out to me was the locking mode wheel. So one of the biggest things that pissed me off about the previous generation of cameras is you'd stick them in your sling bag or your backpack, you pull them out to take a shot, and then you realize you went from AV to creative auto mode, and all the shots you took of that great scene that were time sensitive are now completely exposed improperly. Not an issue anymore because it locks! Go figure! How awesome is that? So that's really great. A couple other things to point out that I've really enjoyed about this is that the focus points in this are an upgrade from the Rebel series. Now they are cross point, which makes life a little bit better. Another thing is the internal software for the camera gives you definitely a lot of choice for the video editors. You can edit in line. You can also record audio with a stereo microphone and control the audio levels from the camera. So definitely, if you want to do any kind of video with a digital SLR, this is the camera to buy. In terms of other things that really kind of stood out to me was the case. Everybody's freaking out. Why is it not magnesium? Why can't I drop it off the side of a building and it'll survive? Why can I not club burglars with it? Well, you know what? It doesn't really bother me. It's much lighter than the 7D or 50D. And yeah, I'm just getting used to it. I think it'll be fine. So it's definitely come across as a more durable camera than the Rebel series, that's for sure. So in terms of other features in the camera that are new, that really kind of stand out, well, it's definitely an upgrade from the Rebel series, and it's definitely a downgrade from the 7D. I will say that. There's certain things that come across, such as the rates per second. So this is 5.3 frames per second, and as you can see, it definitely doesn't stand up to the 7D's 8 frames per second, but it certainly blows away the 3-point-some-odd frames per second the Rebel had. But it's a step down from the 50D's 6 frames per second, but you'll have to live with it. So I'll be alright. So in terms of other features on the camera that really kind of stand out, I would have to say there are some negative things, right? The biggest thing that drives me crazy are these buttons. They're plastic and they have no tactile response to let you know you've hit them. So they're just kind of there. And things happen when you press them, but you don't really know. So yeah, the one thing that's nice about them is they are single mode. Before in the past they've tried to make these dual mode, so they are a little easier to use, you just don't know when you're pressing them. Other things in the camera that's kind of worthwhile to mentioning is that this does follow the Saturn pattern of having the scroll wheel thingamajigger. It does not use the joystick, so that's going to take some getting used to for some people. And like the other, as soon as you step out of the D up into the D series and higher, it does have the LCD up top. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the camera so far. It's we'll see more when I get some practical use out of it. So not bad though for $850 with an 8 gig memory card on eBay brand new. So yeah, I certainly would buy this over a T2i any day.